All right, we're gonna go over that recent trade we just took right now, and why it was an L. So let's go over this real quick. So on the 3 minute, this was the original confluence. We didn't have anything on the 15-minute time frame. So on the 3 minute, we saw a 3 minute inversion fair value gap, and you can see it's holding, it's being respected. On the 1 minute, we had a 1 minute, buy side imbalance that didn't get respected, and we were anticipating the market to respect it, and we were just aiming for this high right here. Now we got a 1 minute inversion fair value gap. Am I still going to want to trade this re-entry? I can probably get a re-entry right now and have the continuation or the momentum on my side and take a W right now if I really wanted to. But either way, let's go over this trade. I'm not really too focused on it right there. So this was the original trade idea. It was a good trade idea. It just wasn't really following my model. I feel like it was more of a emotional based trade, since we saw the 3 minute inversion, we saw the 1 minute buy side imbalance form. We were like, all right, hold on, we can see this right here get taken out. NQ, all of them are pushing up. Dow Jones is all the way down here. NQ, ES are all already up here, reaching back up, targeting these highs up there before, pre-market news or, data highs. They're targeting data highs, all that good stuff. So I thought to myself, this is a clear trade, market maker buy model, sweep, break a market structure, continue up, never swept this low. This is a key low right here that's probably going to hold to push up higher and continue to the upside and break above this high. I thought it's clear here, especially after this break right here from this high. I thought we're going to push up and continue to the upside, and that never happened. And if you go to the 5 minute, let's go to the 5 minute. Let's go up a little bit more. On the 5 minute here, we also have a change in the state of delivery here for me now, so we got that now. And then on the, but we never got that here. We're entering right here, and then on the 15-minute time frame. On the 15-minute time frame, we had no CRT form. We had nothing. You can see we're inside of this candles range, high and low. We were just traded inside of it, trying to break out. And then on the 1 hour time frame, this is kind of where it gets good. Let me clean all this up real quick. So on the 1 hour time frame, we had a 1 hour CRT right there. And I thought to myself, we're trading the manipulation candle. This is the third candle that's opening up at 10 a.m. Now we can probably start to see the movement higher. So maybe this trade idea will play out. This one right here, because since we had this right here, break market structure, retracement 22 model. But let's go back, and 1 hour time frame, we had a 1 hour sell side imbalance, which on my buy side imbalance I got an inverse, and it's showing us what to move lower. We should have waited for this 4 hour PDA rate to get hit, but we did also have this external sweep and CRT form. So I didn't really think too much of this. It was really just a time-based element. We were trying to trade, the manipulation to push us up higher. Let's see if NQ is moving. NQ is not moving, so let's wait for that, which means Dow is probably going to move higher. And then that 4 hour buy side imbalance was never tapped up into. We have 4 hours buy side liquidity. We could have just waited for this to be tapped up into and have an internal sweep. That's kind of what I was talking about yesterday. And guess what? That's what we had for NQ. You can see we retraced. We probably would now look for an internal sweep. Something inside of, probably reaching back into this buy side imbalance and then push up higher. We did have a break in market structure. What would I look for? These relative good lows to get swept, and then eventually start looking for higher prices to target the data highs, since we do also have relative equal highs. So I would want to see that, honestly. If you do see me take another trade on the top step, is going to be like this, sweep, something like that. Maybe we don't get another double internal. Maybe we just get something like this, and we enter off of this right here or something, unicorn, and we take that right there, something like that. And boom, we take our, kind of what I'm waiting for. If we don't get it, then I'm just going to call it a day here. Alpha Futures account is basically gone. Only got 100 left. Trade idea would have hit TP. So the trade idea, the bias, everything was correct here. It was simply the entry and the confirmation in the 3 minute time frame. If we entered on the 3 minute, you got to have a 3 minute stop loss, not the 1 minute. Because again, look at this right here. If we had the 3 minute stop loss right here and we aim for this, but again, that's not the risk reward we want. Right here, that would have been the risk reward we would have won, even though we would have faced a little bit of drawdown. And even though I want to trade the 1 minute half precise entries, sometimes you can't get that. So pretty unfortunate, honestly, taking an L today. But again, it's all a learning experience. Once more, I got to remind myself, reprogram the mind to evaluate and soak it in, really. Like, I may lose this Alpha Futures account, I may buy 2 more next week, but it's all a learning experience. We're getting closer and closer every day, becoming the best trader we can possibly become. We just got to instill those good habits, continue to follow the system and to the tick. Today I didn't really follow the system to the tick. There's so many things I could have done better. Even though we got it right, even though everything here was correct, it didn't work out. And sometimes you can be right, you can be 100% right, and you can still not. I'm gonna just wait, see if I can find another trade, and then I'll probably update you guys. So yeah. that was basically really it for today. Again, chasing price. You can say we are chasing price, but the correlation is there. YM is lagging behind, and I expect it to catch up eventually. This would be the final objective for the day if we do get the entry idea, which was this data highs, and then eventually we have the break of market structure plus the buy side imbalance plus standard deviation projections, clear market model in place, bound to be completed here, and it wasn't. So all unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? So again, what am I going to do here? What am I going to take away from this moment is just review, analyze, journal it. And again, it wasn't following my model. It wasn't following. If I review my A+ trades in the playbook, this is nowhere near the A+ trades in the playbook. So, and again, Alpha Futures account gone. Alpha Futures account gone. Hit the limit. Done for. Cooked. So Alpha Futures, we're done for. We're not trading Alpha Futures. We're going to stick to Top Step. Pretty unfortunate. This is taking a toll on my mental, guys. I'm just playing. And again, we weren't following the trades, the model, the system. Pretty unfortunate. And I was telling myself yesterday I was going to buy 2 more accounts next week, and I still am. This is just like a learning curve. Like, we have the dip. We're only up from here. You know what I'm saying? And again, having self-control while trading and outside of trading. I feel like yesterday I was just eating like shit. I was just doing the horrible things. I wasn't back testing. I wasn't reviewing my trades. I have not reviewed my trades like the past 3 days. So I need to do that today and back test and continue grinding, bro. Because like, if you get comfortable like I was yesterday, you tend to, like, even if you miss a day, bro, it shows in the charts. It shows. It reflects. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you do off the charts reflects what you do on the charts. And today it just clearly showed. I was chasing price. I was hungry. I was trying to make some money, and eventually it backfired. Boom, backfired. We lost. And again, chasing the price or the money or the P&L is never a good thing. I promise you, it's never a good thing. So yeah, it was never a good thing. I'm pretty devastated about the Alpha Futures account. We were up, close. And then this one too, we're up, and then now we're back down. I feel like it's just back and forth, back and forth. It's really due to lack of self-control and like really trying to find the high probability setups. And just if we miss a move, that's kind of what happened today. We missed NQ moving up higher. I was anticipating the prices going higher, and we missed it. So then eventually I got FOMO. And I forced the entry. I forced the market, to give me something. And in reality, it backfired. Preserving capital is very, very important. And that's something I need to work on, again, because I'm really getting back into trading. And now I feel like I have to show up every single day and take something. I have to show up every single day and win. You know what I'm saying? Some days you're not going to be able to find a trade idea. And some days you're going to have to preserve capital. And that's better than taking a loss. Like today, for example, I rather would have preserved my capital and be up around 1% than to lose 2% and go back down and draw down to 1% or blow an account. It's very unfortunate because we're taking more than one trade, low quality setups on YM instead of just focusing on NQ. We missed the move. Okay, we step aside and we call it a day and we just walk away. Learning when to walk away after the market, it does what it needs to do. Walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't force it. Don't go to a different market and try to trade it. That's what happened today, honestly. And it's very, very unfortunate. But yeah, let's go over this analysis. And let me just give you guys a quick brief overview of what I was watching for NQ. Because I did it on the other one. So on the daily time frame, we have a daily buy side imbalance, clearly bullish. 4-hour time frame, 4-hour bearish BPR. And again, what was I saying in the other previous video? Like, I wanted to see you move down, move up higher, internal sweep though. Before that, to then push up higher. Here, what do we have? A 4-hour bearish BPR. We swept, and then eventually we came back down. We formed 1-hour CRT here. On the 15-minute time frame, 15-minute inversion for value up. This would have been, the shorts would have been a lot better here, honestly. To then take them and then to move lower and catch shorts. Like, that would have been a good thing too. Instead of like trying to force longs and trying to have that bullish bias on YM to continue up to the upside. Yeah, that was the buy side objective up here. Data highs, data lows, and then eventually you can see we met that, pushed up higher, had a 15-minute buy side imbalance, disrespected it, and we pushed up higher. Here, this is where I was watching the market though, honestly. This is kind of really where I got FOMO. I won't lie to you. We had relative equal lows. I wanted to see the market come down, sweep, and then eventually push up higher, form an internal sweep, and we never got that. We had a break of market structure. We had a clear fair value gap, get respected here, and the market pushed up higher, and it met both of the objectives here. And that's where I got really emotional. I got really emotional because I missed this. I just didn't think this was a good trade because we didn't have the relative equal lows, get swept. But this could have been the trade idea here for today, the banger. But again, it's not following my model. So if it's not following your model, why are you trying to take it? The shorts would have been better of a trade to take. You know what I'm saying? So after we get the inversion, you form a small little another inversion here after the retracement, and you clearly have break and market structure, continue lower. You form an inversion, stops at the high. You retrace. You can target the relative equal lows that you were targeting before. And that's it. You call it a day. 2 good trade ideas right there. And we decided to take the worst ones, due to emotions, the emotional aspect, and being impatient. Being impatient is not a good thing. We're not being logical. We're not following the system. We're not following the trading system. You know what I'm saying? Again, we had no real 15-minute PDA rates here on these trades, if I'm being truly honest. And we also had a 1-hour bearish sell side imbalance we were retracing up into, and an inversion, a bearish inversion. On the 15-minute time frame, we did have 15-minute CRT there, and eventually you can see the market did push up and retraced up higher. After we met that CRT, that's when we should have called it a day there. Or live market, controlling ourselves, understanding this is not A plus. Don't take it. Don't force your hand. You know what I'm saying? Preserve capital. If it's A plus and it's clear to you, because again, I was second guessing myself before I was taking certain trades, or I was being emotional. I was entering here, and I didn't have limit orders or market orders. I wouldn't execute. I would wait. You know what I'm saying? And once you're second guessing yourself and you're like, once you're second guessing yourself and like you're being hesitant, that's not a good thing. You're not following your system. You're not like, it's not A plus, bro. If it's not A plus, don't take it. And that's one thing I'm trying to like really distinguish right now is like, what is A plus, what is not A plus. This was not A plus. And why? Because I'm gonna go journal it, I'm gonna review, and I'm gonna like do a deep dive on each trade I took, understand why it's not A plus. Why wasn't it not one of the trades that I would take, or why wasn't it not one of the trades that works out? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna review, I'm gonna analyze, and I'm gonna learn from this experience again, because this is all a learning experience. I feel like you have to go through this process. This is all the process, and the more quickly you are able to realize it and understand it, the better the results you will receive later on in life. And I know it works just like that. Again, losses are inevitable, but understanding why you lost in the first place is very, very important. And again, not trading every single day, showing up every day, but not trading every day, because every day is not a trading day. If your system is not presenting what you want to see, there's no need to force your hand. And that's kind of what happened today with me. I was forcing my hand, and it did too much damage. Instead of preserving capital, we could have just avoided all that damage to see another day on one of the accounts. Now we're not going to be able to do that. It's gone. So that's basically really it for today. Hopefully you guys have a great day. So yeah.